You know, we get to do action that's elevated to such a degree that, you know, it's exciting to do.
Jason Statham is an actor from the United Kingdom. He's noted for his action thriller roles and portraying rough, irredeemable, and Machiavellian characters, and he's typecast as the anti-hero. Statham was cast in Guy Ritchie's crime thrillers Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels and Snatch because of his previous professional experience working in market stalls. His acting career has been criticized for its lack of depth and variety, but he's also been commended for spearheading action cinema revivals in the 2000s and 2010s. According to a BBC News report, his film career produced an estimated $1.5 billion in ticket sales between 2002 and 2017, making him one of the film industry's most bankable actors.
The designing of the fights, it's a creative process. It's not just like, oh my God, I'm going to get, you know, I've got to put the pads on and I'm going to get rammed into a wall.
If you enjoy these videos, please remember to hit the like button, as it does help us out a lot. And comment below who your favorite celebrity is that you'd love to see in an upcoming video. His full name is Jason Statham, but is also known as Jason. He was born July 26, 1967 in Shirebrook, Derbyshire, England, making him 54 at the time of this production. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall. In his free time, Jason enjoys rock climbing, windsurfing, wakeboarding, and jet skiing. While working at local market stalls, he began practicing Chinese martial arts, kickboxing, and karate for recreation. He was a member of the British National Diving Squad and competed for England at the 1990 Commonwealth Games as a diver. He was soon approached to model for French Connection, Tommy Hilfiger, and Levi's in several commercial campaigns. In his youth, Jason dated Kelly Brook for almost 7 years. That relationship, however, ended in tragedy. Kelly Brook accused Jason of being greedy when the pair decided to call it quits. Jason's next relationship didn't last long or be fruitful, but then all of a sudden he fell in love with the girl for whom he had waited his entire life. Jason first met Rosie Huntington Whiteley when he was 42 years old and she was only 22 years old. Jason and Rosie have been inseparable since they met at a music festival. The romance of model Rosie Huntington Whiteley and actor Jason Statham has lasted for about 10 whole years. They've been engaged for 4 years and welcomed their son, Jack Oscar Statham, in June of 2017. Their bond appears to be stronger than ever before, and it's difficult to recall a period where they weren't together.
The measures where we know what we're doing, there's stuntmen that get involved to do very dangerous sequences.
Jason Statham is the son of dancer Eileen and street vendor Barry Statham. His father also did odd jobs as a house painter, coal miner, and musician in the Canary Islands. He relocated to Great Yarmouth, Norfolk, where he originally turned down his father's offer to work on local market stalls in favor of martial arts. He grew up with footballer Vinnie Jones, with whom he would later co-star in a film. Jones introduced him to football, and Statham went on to play for the local grammar school from 1978 to 1983, a passion he shared with diving. He spent 12 years as a member of Britain's national swimming squad, practicing his diving talents on a daily basis. Statham competed in the 10-meter, 3-meter, and 1-meter events for England at the 1990 Commonwealth Games. In a 2003 interview with IGN, he described his stint with the national team as a fantastic experience that taught him discipline, focus, and kept him out of trouble. After some disappointing finishes at both the Olympic trials and other championships, he decided to focus on acting and modeling as a career. An agent spotted Jason in 1998, and his career in front of the camera took off almost instantly. He also did a bit of modeling in his early career for the clothing line French Connection, and was subsequently spotted by Guy Ritchie, who cast him in the film Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, grossing over $80 million in box office sales, and launched Jason's career in Hollywood. Statham collaborated with Guy Ritchie when he played the role of Turkish in the 2000 film Snatch. Statham acted alongside Brad Pitt and Benicio del Toro, and the film earned over $80 million at the box office. He appeared in various films throughout the early 2000s, including The One and Ghosts of Mars, but it was the action film The Transporter that made him a household name. For this role, he was responsible for all of his own stunts, by his choice, and he studied karate, Wing Chun Kung Fu, and kickboxing to prepare for the role. The Transporter went on to spawn 2 sequels, a reboot, and a television series. In 2005, Ritchie cast Statham in a starring role again in Revolver. However, it was a critical and box office failure. In 2008, Statham's performances in The Bank Job and Death Race garnered him loads of praise and put him in the category of full-blown action star. In 2010, Statham appeared in The Expendables, an ensemble action film that also featured Sylvester Stallone and Mickey Rourke. The film opened at number 1 in the US, UK, China, and India box offices. His next role in 2011 was in The Mechanic and was met to positive acclaim. Statham returned to British film when he starred in the police drama Blitz. Around this time, Jason appeared in The Italian Job and Cellular, in which he played the lead villain. His next film, Killer Elite, was panned by critics and grossed a negative budget. In 2012, Statham reprised his role for the sequel to The Expendables, and in 2014 he appeared in The Expendables 3. The sequels were critically panned, but still box office smashes. Statham got to show off his comedic acting chops when he appeared in the action comedy Spy that had an all-star cast including Jude Law, Melissa McCarthy, and Rose Byrne. He was nominated for a Critics' Choice Award for Best Comedic Actor for his role. In late 2016, the sequel to the film The Mechanic opened as Mechanic Resurrection. It went on to become a financial windfall, grossing over $109.4 million worldwide. In February 2017, he and Gal Gadot co-starred in a Wix.com ad for Super Bowl 51. The ad reached over 22 million user impressions. Spy 2 was confirmed in 2018, however, director Paul Feig has been quoted as saying there hasn't been any interest from the studio in the project. Statham played the starring role of Captain Jonas Taylor in The Meg, an action horror film released in August 2018. Statham has also appeared in 3 Fast and Furious movies and reprised his role as Deckard Shaw in Fast and Furious Presents Hobbs and Shaw. Statham was praised critically for his performance, and the film was very commercially successful. It went on to become the 10th highest-grossing film of 2019.
Dwayne's the god of social media, and I think Vin's got a massive following. So, all of them, they're terrific at what they do.
It's been estimated that actor Jason Statham gets paid around $10 million to $15 million per movie. His movies have generated over $1.5 billion in ticket sales from around the world, making him one of the film industry's most bankable stars so far. He's earned a lot through advertisements and promotions as well. Jason Statham's net worth is estimated to be around $500 million. In 2009, Jason spent $10.6 million on an oceanfront home in Malibu, California. He sold this house in January 2020 for $20 million. In 2011, he bought a Malibu home from Ben Stiller for $7.3 million. He sold this house in 2015 for $9.2 million to Big Bang star Johnny Galecki. In 2015, Jason and Rosie spent $2.7 million on a home above the Sunset Strip and another home down the road in Beverly Hills that cost around $13 million. Cars you'll find in Jason Statham's garage include an Audi R8, a Jaguar E-Type, a Lamborghini Murcielago LP, a Porsche 911 GT2, an Aston Martin DBS, and a Jaguar XJR.